Then the Lord God planted a garden in Eden, to the east. He planted all sorts of beautiful trees there in the garden, trees producing the choicest of fruit. The Lord God placed the man he had created from the dust of the earth in the Garden of Eden as its gardener, to tend and care for it. The Lord God then said, "It isn't good for man to be alone, I will make a companion for him." So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and took one of his ribs and closed up the place from which he had removed it. The Lord God made the rib into a woman, and brought her to Adam. "She is part of my own bone and flesh," said Adam. "Her name is woman because she was taken out of a man." This explains why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife in such a way that the two become one person. Now, although the man and his wife were both naked, neither of them was embarrassed or ashamed. Now at the center of the garden, the Lord God had placed the tree of life, and also the tree of conscience, giving knowledge of good and bad. The Lord God gave Adam this warning: "You may eat any fruit in the garden except fruit from the tree of conscience, for its fruit will open your eyes to make you aware of right and wrong, good and bad. If you eat its fruit, you will be doomed to die." Now the serpent was more devious than any creature that the Lord God had made. The serpent asked the woman, "Has God said, 'You shall not eat of any tree of the garden'?" "We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden," the woman answered, "except the tree in the middle of it. God told us not to eat the fruit of that tree or even touch it. If we do, we will die." The snake replied, "That's not true, you will not die." God said that, because he knows that, when you eat it, you will be like God and know what is good and what is bad. The woman saw how beautiful the tree was, and how good its fruit would be to eat, and she thought how wonderful it would be to become wise. So she took some of the forbidden fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to her husband Adam, and he also ate it. As soon as they had eaten it, they were given understanding and realized that they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and covered themselves. That evening they heard the Lord God walking in the garden, and they hid from him among the trees. But the Lord God called out to the man, "Where are you?" Adam answered, "I heard you in the garden. I was afraid and hid from you, because I was naked." "Who told you that you were naked?" God asked. "Did you eat the fruit that I told you not to eat?" Adam answered, "The woman you put here with me gave me the fruit, and I ate it." The Lord God asked the woman, "Why did you do this?" She replied, "The snake tricked me into eating it." Then at the east side of the garden he put cherubim and a flaming sword which turned in all directions. The Lord God said to the woman, "I will increase your trouble in pregnancy and your pain in giving birth. In spite of this, you will still have desire for your husband, yet you will be subject to him." Then God told Adam, "You listened to your wife and ate the fruit, which I told you not to eat. As a result of what you have done, the ground will be under a curse. You will have to work hard all your life to make it produce enough food for you. It will produce weeds and thorns, and you will have to eat wild plants. You will have to work hard and sweat to make the soil produce anything, until you go back to the soil from which you were formed. You were made from soil, and you will become soil again." Adam named his wife Eve, because she was the mother of all human beings. And the Lord God made clothes out of animal skins for Adam and his wife, and he clothed them. Then the Lord God said, "These human beings have become like one of us and have knowledge of what is good and what is bad." That all for today's video guys. God bless you everyone.